Sponsored by Ram Trucks, built to serve.
Back here on First Things First, time to make our picks for Sunday's Super 6 contest. One of the matchups, Eagles at Browns. No shock, I'll be watching every second of this game. Nick, give me a winner, and by how many points?
I've got the Browns by 4, and a trivia question for America. What's the last terrible team with a terrible quarterback to start 7-3? The answer is none of them, which is going to put all you in a real rough spot when the Browns get to 7-3, Brandon Marshall.
Nick,
Not us, Brandon.
the Browns are winning because of their defense. The Browns are winning because of their running game, not because of Baker Mayfield, buddy. So I do have the Browns winning, and I also have them winning big. I have them winning by 10, Jenna. I know you're not a huge fan of the Browns, but they will win this game.
I've got Browns, too. I agree with Nick, and I appreciate you rest the part of your pick. You should do that from now on, Nick. If you pick a team, you also have to wear the full-on coordinating outfit. It's a very smart. Good mark.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, just for the record, I never go on the record, Eagles are going to win this game. I don't know anything about points, but I do know they are going to win this game. Make sure you guys get your picks in before kickoff on Sunday for free for your chance
Throw that one away.
at $1 million or more. Store it up there. For much more information, you can always head to the Fox Sports app. All right, time now for a little Four Things First. As always, Brandon, you are up first. You got Tom Brady playing Monday night when he should be sleeping.
Yeah, guys, you're going to love this one. Let's look at what's holding back Tampa Tom. The last 3 primetime games goes back to Chicago. And the whole mishap on, is it 4th down? Is it all that whole thing? You had that situation. And then they played against the Giants, and they almost lost against the Giants on primetime. And then the Saints, they played the Saints on primetime, and they got smashed. Nick, it's because it's 15 minutes before Tampa Tom's bedtime. So now we see why Bruce Arians moved the practice schedule to later, because he's trying to mess up and trick his sleep cycle just a little bit so he can play better on primetime. We figured it out, Nick, and now everyone should be a little bit scared.
I don't know if that was a joke, but it was a great take. Oh, by the way, look whose this is. Oh, I'm coming home.
It was true.
I'm coming home. Tell the world that I'm coming home. The Knicks freed up $40 million in cap space and did a great job with the draft and just picked up the guy from Seton Hall that went undrafted who's going to be great. So we need another veteran like Carmelo. I switched songs there to avoid any sort of publication rights and suit. Hey, Carmelo might come back. Ian Begley opened the door just a tiny, tiny bit. I think there's going to be mutual interest there. Great, that's all I need. Melo, come on home. Let's get out of Portland.
It's
Portland's
great, Wilds. It's great. Oh!
Jenna,
Hi, guy.
certain things just make you feel warm and fuzzy on the inside. Let you know what time of year it is. You're walking around New York City, there's kind of the smell of pumpkin spice in the air, and you're like, oh, must be Thanksgiving time. Walking around stores, you hear Christmas music. You're like, oh, that's wonderful, that's nice. NBA free agency looming. You know how you know? Danny Ainge leaking rumors that he thought about getting a star, but decided better of it. Enter Steve Bulpett. Now, you might say, who's Steve Bulpett? I will tell you. You know what team he covered for 35 years? The Boston Celtics. He's been told by a Western Conference source that the Celtics thought about James Harden, but thought better of it. You might say, Nick, Western Conference source, Danny Ainge in the East. Danny Ainge played for the Suns and coached the Suns, so I'm saying he is the Western Conference source, because much like with Anthony Davis or Kawhi Leonard or pick your superstar, the Celtics like thinking about acquiring the player, but never actually acquiring that player. Those 2028 second-round picks are just too valuable.
Nice detective work.
Everyone's 3 for 3 on takes today. I love it. I love the idea of pro athletes wanting to play with their kids. We learned this week Tiger Woods is going to play in an upcoming tournament with his 11-year-old son, Charlie, and it just makes me feel so warm inside. We know LeBron wants to play long enough to share a court with Bronny. I love it, and I get it. It's so sweet. I waited 6 years to be able to share my pro athlete fitness abilities with my daughter, Harper. 6 years. And when we finally did it, and I saw her flexibility and her pliability and her mobility, I thought to myself, maybe fitness isn't for everyone. Maybe it's TV.
Maybe
what I need to do is bring her in here so she could watch a little bit of TV.
Her form is better than yours.
Shots at Harper.
I took a little shot at a little one. But let me tell you, she's got the personality to really make it as a sports host.
Way better than yours.
Back to football now, and the long-awaited rematch between the Chiefs and the Raiders. The Raiders' victory lap around Arrowhead after their upset win in Week 5 has stolen all the headlines this week. Nick thinks his Chiefs finally have the motivation they've been searching for all year. But Brandon, we got to get your keys to the game. What are your keys to the Vegas Raiders upsetting the Chiefs for the season sweep?
Yeah, so 3 things here, Jenna. And this is one of those games where you walk in on a Monday and you're like, look, guys, we're going to simplify everything. This is a really good team. We beat them last time, but they are the champs. So let's not get caught up in all the headlines and us driving around the stadium. 3 things we need to focus on this week to win. And I'm actually going to put it into themes. So, guys, when you hear it and you say it, guys get it. They understand it, and it hits everybody in the organization. So there's discipline. Don't be deceived and play loose. Let's start with discipline. The reason why this is so important is because it's going to come down to the details, Nick. When you look at turnovers get you beat. You cannot turn the ball over this game. Pre-snap penalties. Don't beat yourself here, guys. And then another thing when it comes to discipline, you know Andy Reid is ticked off because you guys drove around the stadium. So there's going to be more trick plays. There's going to be more misdirection. So you need to hone in on your keys to victory. Defensive end, stay with the running back. Linebacker, stay with the quarterback. Understand your job. Do your job like Bill Belichick always says. So you have to be disciplined. The second is not being deceived, and this is really going towards the coaches. When you turn on film, offensive coaches in Las Vegas, you're going to see holes and gaps in the secondary. Don't be deceived. That secondary, those linebackers, is the weakest link to this defense, but you got to run the ball. Do not get challenged by them. They want you to do that. They want you to think that you can pass the ball, because what's going to happen is that defensive line is going to tee off on you. Do what you do best, and that's run the ball. Make this the 4th game in a row where you go over 160 yards on the ground. And then you get something else, a little extra bonus. You win time of possession. And when you win time of possession against the Chiefs, you have a good chance of winning the game. The last thing, Nick, I would have to say play loose. Look, this is a big game. We all know it, but every game is a big game. Play loose like you did in practice. Take that same energy to the field on Sunday, and you will come out victorious. Those are the keys. I don't know if you guys, do y'all see it any different?
So listen, those are all great points, and I want to say something here. This is the biggest game the Chiefs have played since the Super Bowl. It's an opponent that deserves respect. It's an opponent that's beaten them. And because of that, I'm going to do something I've never done, Brandon. I'm going to also give my keys to the game. Here is how the Raiders can beat you. Here is how the Raiders can leave Las Vegas or stay in Las Vegas with a victory. Key number 1. The Chiefs think the game is in Oakland and go to the wrong stadium. If that happens, I truly believe the Raiders could be in great shape. Key number 2, the Chiefs think it's Monday Night Football instead of Sunday Night Football, and they show up to Vegas, but they're a day late. They're like, wait, what happened? Where is everybody? It's like, nope, you guys forfeited, didn't play. And key number 3, and I know you'll agree with this one, some prayer. David Carr, Derek Carr, which both of them can lead the team in a moment of unity and prayer. Because if the Chiefs show up to the right stadium on the right night and godly whopping, play loose and don't get deceived and do it. No. The Chiefs are fitting to crush these jokers. Yeah, what, Brandon? Tell me more.
I thought you were going to be all the way wrong, but you got one right. The prayer is good. I believe in prayer. But, buddy, you are so disrespectful. This is the team that beat you before. Do you not remember what happened on October 11th? Do you not remember what happened on October 11th? You guys are the underdogs.
I remember.
Vegas, now all of a
you know
sudden
what I also
everybody
remember?
forgot what happened in October.
Yeah.
No
Brandon,
disrespect.
Wiles, you know what I also remember?
Go.
You know what I also remember? The last time the Raiders went 2-0 against the Chiefs. Actually, wait, I don't remember that because it was a decade ago. I have no idea. I think that Wiles.
Talking about the uniforms? Okay. Brandon, I have to side with Nick here. Yesterday, I ran my mouth a little bit, and I was like, Raiders win. And this has happened to me before in my life. Like, you'll be playing basketball, you go, yeah, that's right. And
No,
someone says, like,
do
what'd
not
you say?
take it back.
Nothing.
No,
I
take
gotta retract
integrity.
it. I have to retract it. I'm doing research, Brandon.
No.
I don't find a
No.
way that they can win. In fact, hold on, Brandon. I think it's even worse. I think it's even worse. Nick, so I'm not on your side now. We have been waiting to see one special play from the Chiefs. Like, when are they going to do it? We've seen it. We've seen them kind of practice it, and Brian referenced it like Andy Reid's going to break out something special. So, Nick, today's the game. No, not today, but this is the matchup. The behind the back. I think Andy Reid is like, you know what? Let's get up early. We did our bus driver celebrations. It's time to break this one out because we've been waiting. Like, when is he going to use it? If they're up big, I bet this one comes out, Brandon.
Oh,
It's true.
God.
Andy
Nick,
was
did you
big
really let
unhappy
him
back in
retract?
week 5. He was big unhappy in week 5. All right, this isn't the only must-watch game this weekend. A bunch of teams on upset alert as we head into week 11. We're going to break it all down next. First things first.